is Diane with Bolan-Beaty Boogie, and the topic for this week's show is very dear to my heart because this would be my dream job, is to go to locations and help people who have spirits or energies in their house or space that they feel uncomfortable with, that they're scared about, and then help the spirits or the energies move on if you could. And I have done that, and what motivated this was I started watching the show Ghost Hunters. And I haven't seen the show for a long time, and I've actually done investigations with Jason and his team, and they're really nice guys and gals, and they're honest. The show's not fake, and they do pick up a lot. They do pick up a lot. But watching the show now, there was just a couple things I'm like, well, they're saying because there's no one there, or they're not picking up anything, that there's probably not anyone there. But I've gone to locations where, you know, if you're medium or really sensitive, you can usually see or feel if there's something there. And sometimes it just doesn't want to interact. And so, you know, you can't force it to. So it's not that maybe there's nothing there, it's just that it's not wanting to interact with you at that moment in time. The grounded spirits I've run across usually are pretty grumpy, and they're not that happy because I don't think it's a very pleasant space to be in. And but I think that would be wonderful just to go to locations and help both the spirits and the people out. So that was the motivation for this show. I asked Marc if he could talk to spirits, kind of find out why they're still here, why don't they move on, and if you're experiencing something like this, some advice about what to do, or what some options might be that you would feel comfortable with, and also to discern whether or not it's really a spirit, or it could it be something else. So be open to that type of thing as well. So, and Marc does bring a few guests on the show. Again, we have a site, www.channelingmarc.com, and if you're interested in this topic, my guides and I have moved over some spirits before and talked with them, and so you can always look up and see what we've done if you're interested. So until next week. Yep, 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 yep. Here I am. Here I am. Oh, that was fast. That was fast. Yeah, I'm gonna bring some more energy in here, but yeah, I started a little early today. Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Marc. You may have known me, or you may know me as Marc Bolan from the rock band T-Rex. Okay. Now I'm working with Diane, channeling through her body so I can speak with you. Okay. You may hear me talking to some friends I have with me here in spirit in our studio. Okay. So yeah. So today's topic is ghosts. Okay, and we've talked about them before on the program. Diane's recorded some and helped some move over. She works with her guides. I usually don't take part in that. Hold on. Oh, it's amazing how much the body picks up, and it's hard for me to continue on when there's something disturbing it, so I usually have to move it out of the way. I used to not be able to move things out of the way, but now I have the ability to do that, and I'm just going to loosen up Diane's body a bit. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, light language, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, yeah. So today, talking about ghosts. Okay, Diane's going to talk in her introduction about why we're doing this today. Okay, so let's say Diane wanted to get Spirit's perspective on this, and what advice or what we could offer to those who might be experiencing something like this in their house. From a non-human viewpoint. Okay, yep. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I'm going to bring in some spirits who are actually what you would call, some people, call them grounded, some people call them ghosts, some people call them, whatever, and see what their story is, right, and why they haven't moved on. Okay. Yeah. So everyone knows there's spirit, there's energy all around. Okay. Yeah. Your spirit energy, there's energy all around at different frequencies. Okay. So let's just start with this. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah. They're saying okay. And then we'll get on with bringing some guests in. Okay. So let's say, yeah, it could be a house you're living in. It could be a building you work in. It could be an area in the woods. It could be whatever, wherever. Okay, whatever, wherever. Yep. No. Oh no, they're asking me about rock stars. Do rock stars tend to be grounded? Well, maybe we can talk about that. Yeah. Because that has to do with maybe a violent way or a sad way that a person would die, and does that really affect if they're going to stay? Okay. Yeah, we can talk about that. Okay, well, let me start first here, okay? Yep. Okay, yeah, so let's say, yeah, and there's a fine line. Well, maybe a fine line, and Diane wanted me to talk about this, okay? Because she watches on these TV shows, right, where some people are very worried, and they're very concerned, and they want to make sure they're safe, right? So that's something that we definitely want to talk about today. Right. But there's also, yeah, so one of the questions, maybe ask yourself, how often is it happening? Okay, let's say you're hearing some bangs or knocks or even voices maybe perhaps, or yeah, there's yeah, shadow figures, or you could be seeing apparitions, right? Or yeah, and how safe do you feel? Okay, that's one of the most important questions. Okay, how safe do you feel? What's happening? How often is it happening? And how safe do you feel? Okay, and do you feel at some point that you need to get outside help? Right, because there's nothing, of course, wrong with that. Let's say it's your house. Okay, you want to feel safe in your house. Okay, no matter who lived there before, it's your space now, pretty much. I mean, and you have to decide, you know, if there is a spirit there from a previous tenant, you know, can you live there with them, right? And that's another thing. We're going to talk about is what to do. Okay. So yeah, and there are ways of. Well, we'll talk about that later. Okay. Yeah. So, those are some questions you can ask yourself. Okay. How long? Well, it doesn't really matter how long. It depends on if you feel safe in your environment. Okay. And if it's something that happens maybe once a year and you're not really even sure what it is. Let's say it's dropping noises or things seem out of place a little bit, but nothing that's really going to alarm you or nothing that's really bothering you. Then, you know, is there anything to really worry about? Yeah, and that's it. These are all questions you have to ask yourself, okay? Because no one else can answer that for you. You can talk to people and get their opinions, of course, but you have to really look inside and see, okay, this is me, this is my life, and how do I want to experience this or not, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Diane's house was, she wants to come in. Diane, yeah. Can you sit back a bit? Yeah, she wants to talk about the house that she grew up in because it had a lot of spirits in it. But yeah, she can talk. Yeah. I'm just letting her know you can talk about that later. Okay. So let's say, yeah, so how do you know? Okay, let's look at some energy in your space, okay? Now, let's say you're not used to looking at energy around you. You do. You may just not know that you're doing it. You all get vibes from everything. Music, you get vibes from other people. Maybe there's a certain scent that brings back memories. It's all around you. You do it all the time, okay? So, yeah. So if you, yeah, that's the thing. We in spirit, we hear a lot of people say, I don't pick up anything. But you know you do. If you just think about it. You may not feel ultra sensitive, but you are a sensitive being, okay? And you do pick up on things. So maybe just pay a little bit more attention if you want to start really getting to know your environment and what's around you, right? Just noticing things, okay? So let's say it doesn't happen very often. And yes, okay, yeah. That's another thing, okay? How does the energy feel? Let's say you do feel there's something in the space that you're in. Does it feel friendly? Okay. Does it, and this is important, does it feel familiar? Okay. Because there is a difference between obviously maybe a loved one who is in spirit who is coming to visit you, right? Or a pet. Yeah, yep. So I know people are saying, well, how am I going to tell the difference? Okay. But if you think about it, okay, and you can ask your guides to help you with this, they're going to really be an invaluable tool here, or a friend, or companion during this, okay, because your guides can help you with this, okay. Oh yeah, as Marc, I saw ghosts. Yeah, yep. Yeah, not always pleasant, and I knew, of course, that they were what they were. I knew it wasn't in my imagination by any means. So yeah, I did experience this type of thing in my life as Marc. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So does it feel, does the energy feel familiar to you? Okay. Does it conjure up maybe, yeah, a relative? Okay. And I know that might be too specific, but yeah, you might be able to tell whether or not the energy is familiar. Okay. Because if a loved one comes through, they're going to want you to know it's them. Okay. Because that's the whole point. They want to come visit you. They want you to know that they're okay. They're coming to send their love. And so that's going to be different energy than maybe somebody who you don't know, who is in that space for whatever reasons they might have. Okay. Yeah. So the energy is probably not going to feel helpful. It's probably not going to feel that loving. It's probably not going to feel, did I say familiar? Okay. Yeah. So that's a start. Okay, that's a start. See if you can discern that much. Okay. Now let's say, yeah. Okay, if it's a loved one or somebody you know, yeah, they could do. Well, there's a number of things they could do to remind you, to let you know that they're them. Yeah. So you could say, okay, well, that's great, and they're not going to stick around usually. No. They are coming there just to say they love you. Hello. They're fine. And they're going to go on. They're going to go on and do their lives in spirit. They're just going to pop in maybe once in a while. Okay? There's that. Okay? Yeah. Now, if you've got some energy there that seems to not want to go away. Okay? Let's say, and it gets troublesome. Okay? Let's say it's getting troublesome. Now, yeah, I mean, you can. Okay? Let's say you're cool with having this other energy in your space. Okay? They're not too bothering you too much, okay? And you just kind of know they're there. They maybe drop something once in a while. They're not waking up in the middle of the night at the end of your bed type of thing. But they're cool. They're hanging out. They're groovy, okay? Then that's what you can decide, okay? That you're fine with that, okay? Now, yeah. So yeah. Now this is important. The free will bit of all this aspects of this. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I know. When I get a little bit, my English drops. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, that's another thing. Okay. Yeah. So, you have free will. You have free will to do whatever you like. Okay. Whether or not you feel it is good for you, bad for you, whatever. You've got free will. But so does everyone else, right? So you might have some energy in your space, and it could not be necessarily somebody or something that was, or somebody who was in a physical form last. It could be some other type of energy that was never physical. Okay, but we're not really gonna go there. No. Okay, so let's say you feel there's somebody there. Maybe they've shown themselves to you. Okay, so what do you do? Yeah. I mean, you have to. Well, it's good to feel comfortable in your space, and maybe they're not making you feel so comfortable, okay? Okay, well, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. They are free will. There are means of maybe moving them along. You can find mediums, trusted medium. That was going to be my next point. To get some help to help them move. But let's say it's not that serious, and you just went to try to see what you can do. Okay? Or maybe there isn't somebody who you can call. So, okay, so yeah. So, you can have a conversation with them, just like anyone else. They can hear you. You can have a conversation and say, hey, this is this is my space now. This is a physical space. You're not really physical. There is a place where you can move on. You have guides. You can tell them you have guides, and they know. I mean, they know that they haven't moved on. Not too many spirits are so confused that they don't know, but there are some. Okay, that they are in kind of a daze, and they don't really. But that's not too common. Okay, so you can just sit down and say, hey, I know you're here. How can we work this out? Okay, what can I help you with? If you want to go that far, okay? If you want to go that far. And you can bring somebody with you, okay? If you don't feel comfortable doing this on your own, bring in a friend, or bring in a friend, bring in a group of people. You don't want to maybe bring in too many. You don't want to get to the point where they're going to feel outnumbered necessarily. So try that. Set them down and say, okay, this is my space now. Can you move on? Will you move on? Okay. If not, what can I do to help you? What can I do because a lot of these grounded spirits, so to speak, they are either confused or angry or looking for maybe some guidance or help. Okay. So it could be that, and you could say, there is a place for you in spirit. You can call upon. They have guides too. Okay, who are still going to be helping them in that lifetime, because technically they haven't really, carried over to spirit. So they're still going to be around them. So you can have a conversation and just sit down like anyone else that you might be having an issue with, or and just collaborate, see what you can do. Okay, so that would be one first step. Okay. Now let's say you've tried that. And it continues. Okay, and if you get to the point where, and you want to also weigh what is happening. Okay, like I said before, if it's just knocks, old houses have knocks. Old houses make noise. There are electronic noises that machines make. So just maybe, think open-mindedly. Okay, is this really what I think I'm experiencing? Usually if it's a spirit energy, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel, maybe if it's a grounded spirit, like there's somebody around, or there's, somebody by you, or something else in your space. Okay, so just put on your sensitive hat. Okay, put on your sensitive hat that you already have, but put it on again. Okay, put it on again, and just kind of try to be objective. Okay, so let's say what? Okay. Oh, they're saying I got to move it on here and bring some guests in. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to bring in some spirits who are at this moment in time earthbound. Okay, and I want to just so we're interested in hearing what they have to say, maybe what their needs are, what they're on about, right? What they're on about, is that right? Yeah. Is that something? Okay, well, it's amazing. I tend to pick up some vernaculars that I wouldn't have as Marc, but of course times have changed. Okay, and that's important. I am speaking through a body who is American. Okay, so that makes a big difference, because it's going to be, it's going to be too much in a way to and plus I'm not Marc Bolan from the 1970s, but to bring in the phrasing or the slang from that time is a little more than it's going to be worth it, to tell you the truth. Okay, so I don't tend to do that. Okay, and plus Diane's brain is not wired for that. It's just going to cause confusion. Okay, so let's bring in our first guest. Okay, yep. Okay, oh yeah. Well, we've got this is we've got a lot of spirits who want to talk about this. Okay, yes, please come in. Yep. Okay, you're looking like a Henry VIII type of figure, and I don't. No. But that's who you're presenting yourself. A very big, robust. So you want to present yourself as very masculine for one, larger than life. Okay, yeah. So you are, and that's the thing. Okay, that's the thing. Some grounded spirits, they're not that different from who they were. They've just lost the physical body, but they're still very much in that persona because they haven't really moved on from that life, right? So they're going to have traits and that might seem more human than a spirit would, right? Okay, so let's, yeah, and they're, yeah, the ego, but yeah, there is going to be an ego. Yep. Okay, what? Yeah. So please come forward. Okay, yeah. So you are presenting yourself very larger than life, a person of power. Okay, so you're saying physical as well as, a powerful individual. So you could move mountains, so to speak. You had, yeah. Well, you are very much. Well, let me see. Hold on. No, you're presenting yourself as a Henry VIII figure, but you are not Henry VIII. No. Okay. But yeah, okay, yeah. So this spirit is saying that people will know what I'm talking about if you say Henry VIII. Okay, great. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, well, you can change your figure now if you want, but okay, yeah, because we know what you're talking about. Okay, but they don't want to. Okay, well, you're deflating a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this figure is saying this persona that they had in this lifetime, it's hard to shake off is what you're saying, okay? It's hard to shake off, and you're almost afraid that if you change your appearance even now, that's going to diminish your power that you felt, okay? But it's not, okay. Okay, so let's say, okay, so you're still earthbound is what we want to say. And okay, can you give us some reasons why that would be? And where are you? Okay, Scotland. You're in Scotland. Okay. So you were a chief. Okay, you were a chief. Okay, that's good. Yeah. I mean I can read energy, but it's nice when they volunteer some more information. Okay, so you were a chief in Scotland, like a Macduff type of energy, you're saying. Or you could have been a Macduff type of thing. Yep. Okay, so you were a clan. Yeah. So you were the head of a clan in Scotland. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I'm seeing the kind of Scottish tartan. Okay. And yeah, right. The beard. Yeah, the beard. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm getting a very, very clear image of what you look like. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. So you're still. Are you in a castle of some sort? The castle's burned down. Okay. But you are, okay, is there something still built on the space? And how important would that be? Okay. Well, okay, he's saying, okay, so that's why you feel misplaced a bit, because the home that you had is gone. Okay. There is some type of, where are you then? Okay, so you're on the space, you're on the ground. There's been more modern buildings put there. Okay, so you're saying it's like an apartment or house. Okay, apartment. Okay, and he's not at all pleased about this. No, because, okay, so why? Let's ask you first. Why didn't you move over when you passed from the physical? I mean, why didn't you pass from? Yeah, why didn't your spirit pass back to spirit? Okay. Okay, well, yeah. No, I'm not saying we've heard this before, but we have, actually. Okay, yeah. So, okay, so you were stubborn, for one. You were stubborn. Right. And also, you had killed a lot of people. Okay, another clan. Okay, so you spent your life basically fighting, killing, maiming, whatever. Okay, and it wasn't a good look for you when you passed over. You just didn't know what to expect. Okay, yeah. You're saying, like, when you did pass over, a lot of these other spirits came that you had killed and said, and basically tried to change. Yeah, I mean, or the energy. Okay, yeah, that's a fine point. Okay, so the guilt from that represented as spirit energy coming and saying you don't deserve to pass on, or be unhappy, that type of thing. Guilt, right? But it was actually your own. Okay, it was actually your own. They had moved on. They'd moved on. Okay, yeah. So for guilt. So it's big. It's a guilt. Okay, so basically guilt for doing the life thing. But yeah, and are you, or do you believe that you're going to reconcile and actually move on at some point? And okay, he said possibly, possibly. Okay, but he's not done with the physical. That's the main point here. You're just not done with the physical. You liked being in the physical. You don't really want to move back to spirit yet. You're not ready. Okay, so are you bothering anyone on earth then? He said sometimes. Okay, so his point is that he's unhappy. Right. He's unhappy. He wants the life he had. So, but he's saying not necessarily being a chief of a clan who kills people, but he liked the power. He liked the energy of being physical. He did like having power over what you're saying, women, right, or those subservient to you. So you did enjoy that, and he's saying he's not proud of that, but that is something that he is actually missing. It's awkward, it is awkward. It's uncomfortable, he's saying, because he realizes he's not a human. He realizes he doesn't have a physical body, yet he's still hanging on to some of the power that he had, and when he was this person, right, and he doesn't want to let it go. He's not ready to let it go. So okay, so you are unhappy. You are basically, are you unhappy? Let's see. He said he gets frustrated. He's not ready to leave where he's at, but he doesn't really want to go back to spirit. He remembers what spirit is like. Okay, he remembers what spirit is like, and that's nice, he said, but that's not where he wants to be right now. Basically, he's not ready to let go of the physical. Right. And so yeah, so we're just asking him, or I'm asking him, but if you go back to spirit, you can plan another physical life. And he said he's aware of this, but that's going to take more effort than he wants to put in right now. He's just not ready to move on. Okay, so that's basically what it is. Okay, so let me ask you this. So is there anything that, let's say, okay, so yeah, your home is gone, right? Do you feel misplaced? So it's up to you to decide when and when you're ready to move on, correct? Right. He's saying yes, right, yeah. And are there any others with you from your clan, so to speak, around you? He said he does, okay, and that's one of the things that's keeping him there. He does have some other clans people with him, right, and they basically just roam about, and he said it's a life. It's not maybe a life that many would like to lead, but he said it is his life. It is the life that he wants to lead right now. Okay, great. Okay, thank you very much for coming and talking to us. Right. Well, it's up to him. It's up to him. He's not ready to go, and so I doubt that. Well, let me ask. Is there any amount of convincing, either spirit or physical, that might persuade you to move back or move on? No, not yet. He said he's just not ready. He's just not ready, so he's going to stay put. Now, let me ask you one last thing. Okay, so yeah, so he's saying he's not going in and bothering those in the physical. Okay, he said that's not really his. No, it's not really his groove. Okay, it's not something that and so he feels, why can't he just stay where he is? Right. Okay, thank you very much for coming. Okay, do we have time for one more guest? Okay, we do. Okay, yeah. Okay, this one's coming from the left hand side. Yeah, a little bit higher frequency than our last guest, which is not good or bad, just different. Okay, different energy coming in. Okay, this is okay, you're a young boy. Okay, please come forward. Yeah, you're a little bit shy, right? Okay, yeah, no, he's talking. Okay, so he's saying, yeah, he's a little bit nervous. Okay, but he knows he knows me via others around him. Okay, so you're not too, and he knows what Diane and I are trying to do. We're trying to help. Okay, right. Okay, so please come forward. Okay. Now let's, yeah. Daryl. Okay, Daryl. Hello, Daryl. Thank you for coming. Right. So, yeah, I'm seeing you, a young boy, maybe seven. Yeah, yep. Okay, so you're saying you haven't passed over to spirit. You're still on the earth, right? Is that correct? Yes. Okay. He's not giving me a location. It's not pertinent to who you are, right? No. That's not important, he's saying. Okay, so yeah, okay, so this okay. So he did lead, he had a very sad death, you're saying. Okay. Right. Oh, okay, yeah. So it was like an influenza or some type of illness that basically, yeah, your family were all died from it. Just about, except for what you're saying, except for a sister. Yeah. So this was a while back. You're saying, yep. Well, you're very, you don't really have clothing on that I could discern from. Yeah, it's just like a very gauzy type of fabric you're wearing, right? And no shoes. Okay. So you're saying, so it was, yeah. So we're trying to find out why you're still here. Okay, it was just, okay. So he's saying he did live long enough to see his mother's sorrow about, okay, did your mother live? Wait, hold on. No. But, no, your father was the first to go. And then, was it, yeah. I'm just trying to get his story right. Okay, so he said he was still alive to see, the throat's starting to, yeah, I'm going to have to leave pretty soon. You were still alive to see the sorrow that your mother felt. Okay. And then you passed out. Yeah. Then you died. Right. And so, but you were still around. You couldn't leave your mother. You just couldn't leave your mother when she was, yeah. And then you had a sister. Okay. Your sister almost died, but she didn't. Now, wait. Yeah. Your mother eventually died, and he's saying it's probably more from sorrow than anything else. It was too much for her. Okay. Now, okay, so but you're still there. Okay, you're still in the space. Yeah, I'm seeing the house. Now, the house I think is still physical, but it's just in ruins, right? It's just in ruins. There's not much there. Okay, so he's saying he feels the same way. He's saying the house is in ruins. He doesn't like to really see it like that. It wasn't a big house. They weren't a rich, wealthy family, but he doesn't feel like he's necessarily harming anyone for being there. Right. Or disturbing anyone. Yeah. Okay, so are any of your family members with you? No. He's saying his sister does pop in to see him, and she tries to persuade him to move on. But, okay, now, I feel like, yeah, a very strong connection with your mother. And are you still there because of the sorrow she felt? Okay, so he is kind of still hanging on. So there can be energies that are just not ready to move on because of the way they passed on. It can happen. It can happen. Okay, but you realize that you're not physical anymore. So what's preventing you from moving on? Now that he's not talking. Okay, so is that something that you don't want to talk about? He says, not really. Okay, so yeah. I mean, okay, so okay, so your mother hasn't passed on. So he is saying, yeah, she wanders the woods around the house, looking. Yeah, basically, she's in a daze. She's confused. She wanders around the house. Kind of just wondering why this happened and where her family. Now she knows her family is passed on, but yeah, okay. So he's saying he is still there because of his mother. He can't leave her alone, and she's not ready to move on from the grief. Right. Okay, yeah, because you were a very happy family, even though you didn't have a lot of wealth. You were very happy, and you supported each other, and everything was good until this happened. Right. So. And he's saying it's not that he plans on staying for, like when his mother decides to go, he will go. Right, but he will not go until she decides to go. And yeah, your sister is coming and trying to help move this along. Right. And she's making, headways, and where's your father? Your father has moved on, and he's not really connecting too much anymore. He's involved in other things, right? Right. Okay, so, well, thank you for coming. Yeah. Well, is there anything that any of us can do to help you? And he said, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. He's fine. He's not, you're not ecstatic by any means, but you're saying you're coping and you're doing okay. And you are just going to be here to support. Because he understands he's not really a little boy, obviously. He said that would be too much for a small child to take on, but he realizes I'm not a little boy and I can be strong for her. And, you do like interacting with your sister when she comes. He understands she's not really his sister, but he knows her energy, right? And he's just prepared to. And at some point he said if he decides that he wants to move on and his mother's spirit is still there, then he will move on. Okay. Thank you for coming. Yep. Okay. Yeah, is that about it? Okay, yeah. I'm just going to wrap it up here, okay? So, so these are some spirits who could be, energies around you, okay? So it's also important to be, to treat them as you would somebody else, okay? Now, let's say if there's a problem. Let's say that somebody is around you and causing either harm or pushing you or knocking things over, okay? And that tends to be more of a group of energy sometimes, okay? Sometimes not, right? But if it's more than you think you can handle, then of course, we would advise to seek help from a trusted medium or psychic medium. And if you don't know anybody, ask around, okay? It's better to probably Diane would love to do this, okay? Diane would love to be able to travel and help people out. She just doesn't really know how to go about it, or to start doing it. But she would love to be able to help people out especially who felt scared or in harm's way. Right. But but we're also saying you do have power to do something on your own. Okay, so start the conversation with this energy if you feel safe in doing that. Okay, if you feel safe in doing that. If you don't, then yes, please seek out. And also yes, of course, if you have a religion, religions are, well, we're not going to say anything about that, okay? But there are, it's more about who you feel safe with, right? So if you feel like there's a trusted minister or somebody who can come and speak with you about that, if there's anyone, okay, that's what we're saying, anyone who you feel you can trust, okay? But you also have to be, you want to feel cool about them, So just somebody you feel you can trust, and then ask around. And you might feel, I can't ask anybody about trying to get a ghost out of my space. They'll think I'm nuts, okay? Well, that's why you need to really search out we hesitate to say, look on the website or look on YouTube or something like that. We hesitate to do that, okay? It would probably be better to see if you can talk to somebody around you, okay? And somebody who you trust and feel that they have your best interest at heart, okay? So somebody like that, okay? And see, because if you ask about, it's amazing how energy travels and how connected we all are. So you may be able to find somebody in your area who can help you, okay? I think that's about it, right? We got to wrap it up here. Okay. This is Marc, and I'm signing off for this week at least, right? Okay. Yeah, goodbye.